something you need to know. Her background, there are things about her that most people don't see. They see her smile, her confidence, the way she carries herself with quiet grace. They see the way she speaks carefully, never wasting words, always saying just enough. But what they don't see, what they need to know, is where she came from. Because the woman you see today, the one who seems so composed, so in control, wasn't always this way. She became who she is, because she had to. She doesn't bring up her past often, not because she's ashamed of it, but because it's not who she is anymore. But if you knew what she had been through, if you understood the battles she fought, the nights she spent alone, the people she had to walk away from to survive, you would look at her differently. You would understand that her strength isn't natural, it was earned, that every smile she gives is one she had to learn how to wear, that every time she trusts someone, it's a risk she takes, a piece of herself she's choosing to give, because once upon a time, she wasn't the woman you know today. There were betrayals. There were disappointments. There were moments where she thought she would never be whole again. People she trusted left her. People she loved hurt her, and at some point she had to make a decision, to let the pain consume her or to rebuild herself, piece by piece. She chose to fight. She chose to become someone stronger. And now when she walks into a room, you see confidence. But what you don't see is the girl who had to teach herself that she was enough. If you want to love her, if you want to be in her life, there's something you need to know. She isn't the kind of woman who will fall for empty promises. She isn't the kind of woman who will tolerate half-hearted love, because she has been there before. She knows what it feels like to be used, to be forgotten, to be treated like she was temporary, and she refuses to go through that again. So if she lets you in, if she chooses you, know that it isn't by accident. It's because she believes in you. And if you're not ready to fight for her the way she fought for herself, then walk away now, because she's not just any woman, she's a survivor, and she will never settle for anything less than real love. People assume she's strong because she never complains, because she doesn't break down in front of others, because she carries herself like nothing in this world can touch her. But if you really knew her, if you truly understood her background, you'd realize she didn't become strong because she wanted to. She became strong because she had no other choice. Because life tested her in ways most people wouldn't survive. Because she learned too young that not everyone who says they love you will stay. That sometimes the people closest to you are the ones who will hurt you the most. And that if you don't fight for yourself, no one else will. She doesn't talk about the nights she spent alone, wondering if things would ever get better. She doesn't talk about the times she had to pick herself up, wipe her own tears, and pretend she was fine when she wasn't. She doesn't talk about the people she had to let go of, even when it broke her heart. Because she knows most people wouldn't understand. Most people only see who she is now. But if you love her, if you want to be part of her world, you have to see it all, not just the version she shows to everyone else. She isn't guarded because she enjoys pushing people away. She's guarded because she's been hurt before, because she's trusted the wrong people, because she's given her heart to those who didn't deserve it, because she's been promised forever, only to be left with nothing. So if she lets you in, if she opens up, if she chooses you, understand that it isn't easy for her. She isn't the kind of woman who needs someone to save her. She's already saved herself. She just needs someone who won't make her regret it. Someone who won't make her feel like she has to fight alone. She won't ask for much. She won't demand grand gestures or constant attention. But what does she need? Consistency, honesty, loyalty. Because she's had enough of love that only exists when it's convenient. She's had enough people who show up only to disappear when things get difficult. So if you're not ready to stand beside her, if you're not ready to prove that you're different, then don't waste her time. Because she has already been through too much to settle for anything less than real. and she will never let herself be broken again. She has been through enough lies, enough disappointments, enough nights spent wondering why she was never enough for the people she gave her heart to. So now, she doesn't just want love, she wants peace. A love that doesn't make her question herself. A love that doesn't make her beg to be seen. A love that stays, even when things get hard. Because she's had love that only existed in the good times. She's had love that disappeared the moment she needed it most. And she will never go through that again. She's not going to play games. She won't put up with mediocre attempts. She has been recovering from those who treated her like a transient for far too long. Therefore you must show her if you genuinely want her. Not just in words, but also in deeds. Let her know she doesn't have to compete with you for your time. Let her know she doesn't need to worry about if you'll be around tomorrow. Show her that she doesn't always need to be powerful, and that she may be tender again. Because behind the barriers she has put up to defend herself, behind her fortitude and behind her quiet confidence, one woman merely desires to be loved in the proper manner. A lady who, after everything, still believes in love. A lady who is prepared to give her heart again. However, only to the individual who demonstrates that he won't break it. She doesn't require care. She doesn't require continual comfort. She does, however, require work. She needs to know that you see her, really see her, for who she is on the inside as much as how she looks. She must understand that when she opens up and shows you the sides of herself that the outside world doesn't see, you're not going to run, because the last time she let someone in, they left, and the time before that, they left too. So if you want her, if you're lucky enough to be chosen by her, don't waste it. Because a woman like her, she doesn't love halfway. She loves fully, deeply, fearlessly, and once she's gone forever. She's been patient. She's waited for the kind of love that doesn't leave, the kind that doesn't turn cold when the excitement fades. She's seen what fake love looks like, the kind that's only there when it's easy, and she refuses to settle for that again. Not now, not ever, because she knows her worth. She knows what she brings to the table. She knows that her love is rare, the kind that isn't found twice, and if you can't handle it, then step aside. She hung on for too long at one point, when she placed more faith in people's potential than in their behavior, because she believed that love meant perseverance. She was able to forgive the unforgivable. However, it is no longer the case. She is more aware today. She is aware that falling in love shouldn't include competing for someone's attention. The goal is to avoid making it feel like a contest. She shouldn't feel like she's never enough or too much as a result. What if you don't appreciate her? Do you give her the impression that she must earn your time? She'll go, no question about that. Because the most difficult lesson of all has been mastered by her, that spending time alone herself is preferable to spending time with someone who makes her feel invisible. She doesn't require perfection. Grand gestures and romantic fairy tales are not necessary for her. She requires consistency, one that doesn't require her to guess. Not a battleground, but a love that feels like home, because pandemonium is over for her. She has had enough of uncertainty. Love that just exists when it's convenient is over for her. She desires something tangible, and if you're not ready to give her that, then don't waste her time. Because a woman like her, she isn't just another chapter in your life. She's the whole damn story, and once she's gone, she's never coming back. Giving bits of herself to individuals who never deserved her has taken up too much of her time. People thought she was weak because she was gentle. Those who believed she would wait forever. Those who were unaware that she never turns around once she leaves. Okay, so now she has a unique way of loving. She adores smarter. She no longer grants opportunities without limits. She no longer remains in places that don't value her. She is done waiting for someone to see how valuable she is. Because of the correct man, from the start, he will see her value. She is not the type of woman you fall in love with when it suits you. She's not a fallback. When everything else fails, you don't select her. You can't treat her like a replacement. Because she gives her all when she is in love. She will stand by your side. She will believe in you, even when you doubt yourself. She will be the kind of love you never knew you needed. But only if you prove that you deserve her. She has outgrown men who are unsure of their desires. She doesn't have time for someone who makes her feel like she's too much, for inconsistent behavior, or for conflicting signals. When things are tough, she doesn't need a boyfriend who vanishes. A man who only loves her when it's convenient is not what she needs. A man who keeps one foot out the door is not what she needs. She needs a committed man, a man without fear of love, a guy who doesn't make her wonder where she fits into his life, a man who understands that she is a unique type of lady. Move aside if you're not prepared for that. Since she has finished playing games, she has had enough of waiting for someone to mature. She has finished demonstrating why she is deserving of the affection she freely offers. She is prepared for a genuine experience, and the man who comes forward, the man who chooses her, completely, categorically, because her love lasts a lifetime.